Hey guys, there's one character in House of the Dragon that I really want to talk about right now. It's Aegon. His character just got the biggest redemption ever. And I gotta say, I did not like him at all because he was a monster in his own way. Because in season 2, they did hint, well, not hint at it, but they confirmed that he had tortured a servant girl. And I'm like, okay. And like Aegon, he got his karma pretty bad. I'll say that because Aemon burned him in season 2 during a battle, and he lost his. You know what? I don't want to say it on the channel. I'm trying to keep it peachy. That he lost that part of himself, and he claimed to a friend of his that when he pees, it runs down the side of his leg. And I'm like, oh damn, all right, that's pretty bad. So yeah, he got really bad karma there. I'm curious with the show what they're gonna do because in the last episode it was insane what happened with Aegon. So in season 3, Sunfire was brought up so many times, and especially when he found Sunfire's body, I had a gut feeling Sunfire was still alive. Because I'm like, okay, that dragon did not get ripped to shreds. It did not get burned fully, and I was like, and actually I got back to watch the fight scene in season 2, and I'm like, he didn't really get that injured in my head. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's alive, and oh wait, I think it's a she, right? Is Sunfire a she? She, sorry, I forgot. It's a female dragon. Okay, so Sunfire, I had a gut feeling she was still alive because I'm like, I don't think she's dead. And the fact that they brought up Sunfire so many times in season 3, I had a feeling they were foreshadowing something because I'm like, okay, they are bringing up Sunfire too many times. I think she's alive. And episode 7 with Aegon, he is stuck traveling with, I was like, Tywin's like Lannister, and also it's like Larys. And they find out there's an army coming their way because of Team Black. They're heading to Tumbleton to help them out, and they're like, crap, because if they found he's Aegon Targaryen, he's screwed. So they're getting into an argument with each other, except for Aegon. He's just standing there off his horse, and he pretty much tells both of his friends that he is just gonna just be there. He's gonna wait for the army to show up, and then he's gonna die because he'd rather die a king than die a stranger. And I'm like, okay, Egon, I guess I can give you that. That is a very honorable, risky but honorable. And very shockingly here, I really thought that his friends like Larys was gonna stay by his side. No, it was Tylan. I feel bad giving Tylan crap for 2 seasons straight. I feel like he was so dumb, in my opinion. I really wasn't a fan of Tylan because I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like he really wasn't, I guess, like a worthy character, if you get what I mean by that. But no, he stayed with Aegon, and then with Aegon told him about that he wants to be there and wait to die. He agreed to be with Aegon his final moments. When I'm like, wow, Tylan, I kind of take back what he said about you. Like I was like, okay, I think he does have guts then. And I was very shocked to see that like Larys walked away, and his friend Aegon did not look really happy about that. He looked a little like sad, and I think he developed a very strong kinship with him because he's very honest with Aegon. Like, he called him a terrible person in season 3 at some point, and I think he kind of did respect him for that, Aegon. But now that he left him, I think Aegon's gonna have a grudge, and there's a reason why I'm gonna bring that up. So, if you've seen the recent episode, you know what I'm talking about. So, the next scene that we see of him and Tylan, it's nighttime, and they have a little camp going, and they're waiting for the army, and they eventually show up. The army, they go up to Aegon, and they tell both of them to bow down to the Queen and King's Landing. And at first, like, Aegon showing some fear, and he snaps out of it. And then he decides to tell the army that he is Aegon Targaryen, the heir to the Iron Throne. And it was pretty cool to see, too, that Tylan, too, was by his side with a sword ready to fight, which I'm like, wow. I take back everything I said about you. You were actually a decent dude, and you're very like honorable. Like wow. And at that moment, when he's giving out a speech, Aegon to the men, I don't know how he didn't hear Sunfire. Sunfire was alive, which I'm like, I called it. I called it. I got really excited here. But I'm like, dude, like she was marching toward you from the back. How come like you didn't hear Sunfire? That dragon is huge, and I'm sure people can hear it from miles away. And the whole army's freaking out, and so is Tylan, because I'm sure that no one saw that coming. And at that moment, he finally turns around to see Sunfire, and he reaches out for her. That part was kind of wholesome, I gotta say. Like, he has been through a lot, even though he had it coming. He had all of it coming. But, Sunfire, I gotta say, the dragons in this show, they're very attached to their owners, and right here, Sunfire proved that she really does love her owner. And I couldn't help but feel a bit proud of Aegon when he gave the order to have Sunfire kill everybody, the army, and she does that. And I was kind of laughing because like Aegon was laughing when she was doing the burning. I was just like, what the hell? And then toward the end of that scene, he's still laughing. And Tyler's just looking at him freaking out, like he lost his mind moment. And then Sunfire kind of looked like too, she was kind of laughing with him a little bit. And a really cool thing that they did here was that she also has a messed up face on the side too, like it's scarred. So she's matching her owner. So I guess in a way though, I have to say that was a kind of a wholesome moment in a very disturbing way. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. She's with her owner again. She did it for him because she loved him. I'm like, okay. So I have two questions, two very big burning questions I have now for Aegon's journey. Okay, I think that like Larys is gonna die. Because I have a feeling that Aegon's gonna see that as a betrayal. Because again, I mentioned before, they did develop a very strong friendship because I think that Aegon did respect his friend for being very honest with him. He still, was traveling with him, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's respect there. But I think him walking away sealed his fate. And I'm sure that, again, no one saw Sunfire coming back from the dead coming. So I think Aegon, the first thing he's going to do as king is going to go after him and kill him. Because, you know what, that would make sense. And honestly, if he dies, I really don't care. Because, like, Larys is a monster. He tortures women, tortures people. Like, he deserves to die. 100%. And it's crazy because Tylan pretty much sealed his fate in a good way by staying by Aegon's side. That was a very smart decision to do, considering the fact that he was going to die. And of course he knew he was going to die. But come on, it's like Larys didn't stick around really, and that's because like Aegon too is the same like him now. He really can't do much anymore with his body. He's weak. And I'm like, yeah, Larys, that was not a good call on your end, buddy. So I think he's toast. Like literally toast. The second thing I'm very curious about is Aegon. I'm curious like where he's gonna go now, because I assumed maybe he would go with Templeton, but I'm like, no. I don't think he's gonna join that fight because his dragon's probably still recovering in a way. So I think maybe he's gonna take his dragon and Tylan somewhere else. I'm gonna predict. I have seen this theory online, and I cannot believe I didn't think of that. Dragonstone, it's unoccupied right now. Perfect place to take your dragon and rest. And I'm like, oh, that's actually a very good spot. And of course, I'm not sure if Sunflower can still fly. I don't know if she got that injured from the fight. But I think that maybe she could take him over there and keep him safe for now. And I think what's going to happen is that Aegon's going to build up his army. And he's going to become the underdog of House of the Dragon. And he's going to come back with a vengeance. And the thing is with Aegon, he has no side anymore. His mom doesn't love him. Like, I don't get her at all. His sister, wife, I wish I wasn't saying that, but it's true, they got married. She's gonna die for sure. He lost his firstborn son. His grandfather is dead. Cole is dead. Like, Team Green, they lost everybody. Oh, and Aemon burned him up. So he wants Aemon dead. He has clarified that to Larys. Um, so yeah, he has no one at all on his end anymore. Team Black, he doesn't like him for crap. So I think the Aegon's gonna be his own army. He's gonna build up his own army, and at some point he's gonna go after his half sister, the Queen. So yeah, I think that the writers are gonna build up something crazy for Aegon. If he's the only survivor after the whole fight's over, I won't be surprised because he has been treated as a joke the whole series from everybody. Like, even his own family treat him as a joke because they all thought he was a barely bad king. And Team Black, they think he's dead, but he's not dead. They just are deeming him dead to keep him safe. So I'm like, wow, this is nuts. So yeah, I think that he's gonna rise from the ashes with Sunfire now. They're both together again, and he's gonna come back with the ultimate vengeance. He's gonna return at the perfect opportunity to take back everything he lost. And people are gonna definitely talk about him for years to come because he's gonna be very popular after I'll say that. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to root for him a little bit because again, he is a villain, but I can't help but like the Sunfire and Aegon development. That was really cool what they did there. So they are going to be the underdogs of House of the Dragon now for the fight. So I'm so curious to see what the writers are going to conjure up with his character next. Okay, guys. So for today, I'll see you with a brand new video very soon. Peace out.